Hello. That was the wrong music. Sorry about that. Hello. This is the Johnny channel. Welcome to it. Hope you're here to have a good time. We'll see how many people are watching to see me build this CR-10 version 2 3D printer that I got. This is something I've been looking forward to doing as far as a YouTube channel, just to play around, build things, and just have a good time. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll see what happens and what we get into. The music that you heard, I put it in the chat, but the music that you heard was stuff that, except for the Johnny, was by Weird Al, and this stuff was things that I developed with my brothers for video games and things. So it was just nice background music. So I'm going to put that back on just for some background noise, and then we're going to get to the build. All right, here we go. So I looked at one video just to kind of get an idea to make sure I wasn't missing any kind of special tools, and apparently the only tool I really need is a utility knife just to open it, because everything else comes with the build. By the way, Darth Vader is giving me a hand, Lego Darth Vader, and if Rocco sees this, his hand is already raised up to the camera so that he's giving you the force, so just so he knows. But anyway, he's in the way, so here we go. I had a friend, actually a couple friends. Jamie Kendrew was the first one that gave me the idea for my first printer to be this particular one. Actually, he said CR-10. They came out with a version 2, and I think they're coming out with a version 3 fairly soon. But apparently this is a very, very good printer to start with. It has a lot of capabilities, a lot of flexibility, which is probably the most important thing you need in a 3D printer. I won't be printing anything today. This is just unboxing and setting up. So let's open and see what we got. Again, like I said, I saw just a brief video just to get an idea what I might need. Very well put in here. All right, look at that. That looks pretty. That looks really pretty. Looks very professional, which I am not in any way, but printer manual. Yeah, it's hard to see. There we go. Once the focus gets in, there we go. So that's where we're going to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually unbox everything, take it all out, lay it out on the table, and then we'll start putting them together. This thing is nice and heavy, which, I mean, the box itself is pretty heavy, but when you first, when you get a box, oh, I was not expecting this. I heard that I was going to get a small roll, but looks like they gave me a roll, quite a bit of the 1.75 millimeter PLA. That's what it requires for this. So any of the filaments that are that size you can use. This is going to be probably a box of random parts and probably the tools that I do need, which will be like an Allen wrench and stuff, little connectors and things. Yep, a couple Allen wrenches, a little screwdriver, various other plugs and stuff. This is going to be a little bit involved, I think, but hopefully won't take too long. Alright. Let's get the rest of this. This is the control unit. If you look here, it has a little bit of an SD card. That's how you can, and you can do a direct connection as well, I believe. But the SD card, you load your files onto. STL files are the ones I typically know about. But the STLs and a couple other different file formats are the actual format that is used to create or to take and translate the information that is necessary for this thing to work. All right, now we got the big part. This is the part that has the actual nozzle on it. All right. said earlier, this thing is very well packaged. Drop that out of the way. So the foam is fitting right around it. Definitely kept it from moving at all when it was being shipped, you can tell. There we go. Alright, so now there's lots of foam on my floor. There's a big giant box that needs to go away. And there's our actual print head that does the printing. Alright. So we have that. We've got the control piece here. Filament's going to go on the side here. Box with various parts will go over here. And then we have this. Alright. It does look very nice. That tray just slides nicely. It's gonna be fun to see how it works. Alright, so now, actual manual. A is notes, which no idea what those are. Lots of warnings of what not to print. So the introduction is what we're going to be looking at, all our parts and things, the tool list and such. So first thing we're going to do is install what they call the gantry frame. So this needs to come off. This is the heat pad. A little bit of a protective covering for that. Alright, so that's out of the way. So the gantry frame and the base frame, we're looking for a couple of bolts and lock washers, which is going to be in this little box. Those are the tools we'll need. Now we're to the bolts. There we go. Alright. Alright, beautiful. So it looks like we need bolt and lock washers. Their lock washers look a little... I see. There are a couple different types of bolts. It looks like they gave us a little tool for being able to scrape off of this whenever you're done with a build or a make. I call in my head, I'm calling the putting together of a model with a 3D printer. I think that's more of a make thing. Build, like this is a build. I'm putting something together. I'm building something. I think that way with Legos too. Legos are a build. Whoops. There's my first mess up. I've broken everything. They give you a lot of tools. Alright. Those are the circuits. We'll need those later. There's the ones I'm looking for right now. These ones are black screws, the bolt washers. So what it looks like is on the bottom, on the one that I saw on the video, like I said, the short video that I saw, the feet were the first thing to be installed on the bottom, but when they shipped it, this already has the feet on it, as you can see. So no need to do that. That's kind of nice. Alright. Hopefully I don't lose any of these when I try to open this. If I can open it. There we go. All right. So in order to do this, we're going to have to kind of flip this upside down and sideways so we can put this thing together. So those things go towards the back. That needs moved out of the way for the time being. So does that little cord. Alrighty. So it looks to me, just how this is shaped, this thing goes this way. Right like that. And we need to twist a coupling in order to raise the x-axis to the position as shown. That is what the instructions say, so we'll have to figure out how exactly that works. I'm guessing it's this thing, yep. Alright, so I'll do that once I get this thing assembled. So, let's put it on its side, because that'll be the easiest. Get my 4 bolts out that I'm going to need. Alrighty. Alright, once we get a couple started, then should be good to do the other side. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. The weather's starting to look great outside, and it's supposed to be 60s in another day or two, which is amazing because it was cold, so very cold the last couple days. Alright, second bolt's going in, maybe? Come on, you can get in there. There we go. Oh, nope, thought I had it. There. There it is. Alright, so I need one of these. Probably the biggest one, yep. Or to put that in. There we go. That's in there enough just to get it started. Alright, looking good. I just want to do these two first, just a little bit, just so it's there and in, so I can get the other two in, and then I'll tighten everything up all together. Our tray is moving. I like how that glides along. And I think we got that started. There we go. Yeah. Oh, nope, fell away. Almost had it. There we go. Holes are very tight. And before I start, or before I continue, I realized how the connections are, just to see if these are the right ones, size-wise, and I think I might actually have it backwards, maybe. Yep, I do, so those first two bolts are wrong. Oops. Part of the experience, I guess. Huh. But it's good that the connections are like that. Alrighty. Once you get this going though, and get this frame up, because they're not light pieces, they really aren't. Once this gets up and you're able to set it back down, everything else should be pretty simple. Alright, so let's flip it over the way it should be. Good thing I did that before I started putting all the rest of the bolts all the way in. Alright. Alright, one bolt in here. There we go. Alright, that one's started. Sorry if I'm bumping the table. So I've always, just in case people are wondering why I'm doing what I'm doing, I've always been of the mind that, you know, YouTube was an interesting place to do things, and I've watched my share of, you know, YouTubers and stuff. One of my favorites is Rhett and Link, and I always thought what they did was pretty unique and pretty fun. But it's not something I wanted to do, simply because, you know, I think there's a lot of people that do it, and I'm not into doing that sort of stuff myself. But it's more fun watching others, you know, do that sort of thing and eat weird stuff and, you know, kind of make fools of themselves. But if that's what they want to do, hey, more power to them. I'll enjoy watching it. So, but I like, as you'll see in future installments, I enjoy building things, especially Legos. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, and so I love especially the big Lego sets that are Star Wars. And I have a number of them, not all of them, but a number of them that I've really enjoyed building whenever I've gotten them. And I actually have three that I'm waiting for, two that are Star Wars ones. One's of Voltron, and that's actually the next build I'll be doing, Lego and otherwise, because I think that's going to be a fun build to do. But this comes first because I got this Tuesday. There's the lock washers doing their thing, clicking along. I got this Tuesday, and I figured, well, first stream, let's put it together and just see how it goes. Alright. Tightening these screws up so they are not loose at all, so that I don't have to worry about turning this thing over anymore. Alright. Alright. There we go. That's good. That one's good. There we go. Alright. 4 main screws are in place. There we go. We're ready to print. No, just kidding. Bit more we have to do. Alrighty. So, we have this done. And they mentioned here that we need to turn this thing so it goes up. So, I'm going to rotate this little thing here so the printer goes up slowly, or the print head goes up slowly. Probably hard to see, but it is going up. I need to get it up to a certain height. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, that's done. Now we're doing what's called the pull rod installation. So I have, actually I think I put them down here. They're probably embedded in something. Yes, this particular foam piece feels heavy. Why yes, there we go, a little hidden compartment. Look at that. That is pretty interesting. None of the others seem to have that kind of a thing, so there we go. So it looks like we got the pull rods. My trusty utility knife. I don't want to scrape them at all. I was thinking about putting them on top of here, but I thought better of that. Alright, so a number of pieces that go together. These little things. Put the rods together. This is the bracing for this. Kind of comes down at an angle and attaches to the very top of the gantry. Alright, and we got some other little odds and ends to put on. Got these, there we go, that's nice and tight. These little eye hole things. Take off some of this plastic. Okay, there we go. So an eye hole, and this little bolt, this little nut needs to go on as well for fine-tune adjustment, I'm sure. Because once you get it in there, things got to be tightened up. You don't want things to be moving. Same thing at the bottom end. Alright, second eye hole, and that nut does not want to go on there. There we go. Putting the eye hole in the end of the first one. There we go. Alright. So I'll leave that a little bit loose. We've got these little clips that are going to be going on the top. And then the holes are down here for another set of clips down below for them to go into down there. So we've got these interesting little locking washers. That go together. They go in the back there. And this whole apparatus goes up in here. Very interesting. So it looks like it just kind of sits in there. Interesting how that goes. It just fits. Together into the case there, and then got these little smaller, oh, that one's probably too small. Smaller ones, which I almost did on that, go into the eye hole here. Through this place, and they are threaded in there. holds onto it like that. And then these longer ones. Like I said, interestingly, this little thing goes on the back, but it doesn't seem up top to go into anything. So it's almost like this is a flexible thing that it holds on to. I'm trying to figure that out. That's kind of interesting. Well, we'll do what they say, put it all together, and go from there. There we go. Okay, first one is done. That gets threaded in there. Make sure I didn't do something backwards. I don't think I did. Nope. Looks good. Alright. So that's supposed to go up there. I see. Okay. I do somehow have this backwards. Don't tell me I messed up again. Go figure. That is very interesting. So this is saying that it's the back. Sorry, I'm checking it out. Seeing what I'm missing here. There's no screws on that side, no holes on that side. And yet somehow it's supposed to go in there. Very, very interesting. I may have to drill some holes, which I was not expecting to have to do. But the holes that I'm supposed to have do not seem to be there. So I'm kind of stuck here at this point, which, hey, if that's the case, so be it. I'll just have to stop things and do a drill and then finish up later. So unfortunately I might be stuck. These things were the ends here are supposed to go in like this. Now, let me lay it down so you guys can see. It's flipped around, unfortunately, so I do have to reflip it, but this thing is supposed to go in here, and it fits into the side and gets twisted, and then it's supposed to go into the end, but neither end actually has a hole in it, like it's supposed to, according to the directions. So, that's where I'm going to have to unfortunately end my first stream, because I'm going to have to drill a hole or find out where the hole is. Unless I can take this off. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Now I'm going to have to look at it and see. Something is not quite right there, so. Well, thanks for watching. This is going to have to end prematurely, unfortunately, because I'm kind of at a stuck point here. It doesn't show those being pulled off or anything. So I'm going to have to play around with that and try and figure out what happened with this. So again, thank you for watching. I'm going to have other builds that I'll be doing, and once I get this figured out, I'll definitely be making things, and I think one of the first things I'm going to do is a Baby Yoda. Um, he's the most popular thing out there right now, I think, since The Mandalorian came out. And as you can see, I'm wearing a Mandalorian shirt, so I'm very much into The Mandalorian and the Baby Yoda stuff. Jamie Kendra, you still owe me my 2, in case you see this. So, all right, have a great day. I will see you all next time, and may the force be with you.